Hey friends, so here is your writing for Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday writings have started to be, I see a weird glare. Let me do that way. Kind of big old glare in the background of me. So remember, Wednesdays we have writing and science kind of blended together, okay? So you have a video right here that you can watch and get some information on. I'm going to give you a little bit of information on mine, but most of mine is going to be of directions so that you have time to listen to a different expert, a different teacher on this video right here. So if you are virtual, this might be the first thing that you are listening to and learning about for bodies of water. If you are in person, you might have a little bit of a background as you get into your Wednesday work today. Okay, so either way, you've got some good important information in this video to listen to. Okay, and you've got a picture right here that has some, that I've put in that has some good words that you might want to use in your science writing today, okay, and remind you of what they all are. And I'll go over those in a minute. So after you watch the video, it's going to talk about water, salt water and fresh water, okay? Most of our globe, our whole entire world is made up of water. So if you've ever looked at a globe or a map of the entire world, there's a lot of blue, not only in the oceans, but if you look close, there's a lot of lakes and rivers within the land that's there too, okay? Just like, actually, side note, our body is actually mostly full of water. That's why it's important to drink your water, people. Okay. So when you are listening to the videos this week or talking to your teachers, you're going to notice that there are fresh water and salt water. Okay. Salt water obviously would not be good for us to drink and to have. Okay. Fresh water is what we need for our water bottles and for our washing our clothes, washing our hands. We want that fresh water. And there's actually a small amount of fresh water. Most of that water is salt water. Okay, so that's why it's really important when we talk about conserving water. That means saving water. Like when you go to wash your hands, yes, you got that 20 good seconds of making sure that you're doing your songs that help you, especially this year, to make sure that we are clean and safe. But if you're done and you just kind of leave it on, and you're not really washing your hands anymore, that's not conserving that fresh water. And then it's not as easy to get that fresh water for us to have. Same thing like if you're drinking in a water fountain or you're trying to fill up your water bottle, if you kind of just leave it there running when you're not really using it, it wastes that water. When you're brushing your teeth, okay, turn that off so that you can conserve that good fresh water. Okay, fresh water comes from places like lakes and rivers have fresh water. Okay, so when you're doing your sentence starter, you can talk about fresh water, how we need it to have to be able to clean our clothes, to drink, to cook with, all that good stuff. Or you can tell us some things from the video too. Okay, salt water you're going to be talking about too, so you can tell me something about salt water, or you can tell me like something like, after I listen to here or I look here, oceans are salt water. So my sentence might be, ocean is salt water. Okay, then I want you to tell me a little bit about, and your teacher too, about what you need water for. Okay, again, I need water to drink. I need water to wash my hands, to wash my clothes, to cook with, but also just sometimes it's fun to be in water, right? So water can be for enjoyment too, like going to the lake, swimming, things like that. Okay, or you can tell me about what an ocean is, a river is, or a lake is. Okay, and again, you've got some help over here. You've got a video. Okay, but remember, oceans are like those waves in the beach. Okay, ocean water is salt water. Rivers are when it's, and this is how I kind of acted out, it's in the picture too. Rivers are when there's two sides of land, and that river, the water goes through it, so you got two sides touching it at all times. Okay, no matter how big and wide the river is or how skinny it is. Okay, and a lake is something that has water surrounding, land surrounding that water all around. So if I made a lake like with my arms, all around that lake, okay, is land. Okay, right? So that's a good way to kind of remember. And a pond. Okay, by the way, pond is a little bit smaller than a lake usually, but all around it has land surrounding that pond as well. Okay, so another good way to kind of remember some things and what they're called. So when you get to your job today, after watching, of course, this, like it told you, let me see if I can get, there we go. You are going to insert a picture of your writing here. I did put it in Google Slides this time so that you can either type it really easily or put it in as a picture. Okay, that way it'll be faster and quicker, but you can also, in Kami, if your teacher's doing that, you can do a video and kind of pause it to show them that as well if you wanted to. Okay, and then it does remind you on here, last reminder before I say goodbye today, 3 or more sentences. And as a scientist, when I'm explaining something like fresh and salt water, I want it to be in complete sentences. So that's why on the second slide, I've got some sentence starters if you need to. Okay, when you see that ellipses, the dot, 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 don't write that. Finish the thought, right? Finish those words, okay? All right, I will see you next time.